There we go. This time I think we're live for real. All right, I'm gonna tune in and make sure everything is working out on the actual channel. So today is March 6th, which is the anniversary of when the first Oreo ever was sold. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to kick off a live stream with a bunch of Oreos. See, I've got a ton of varieties of Oreos. I got some classic Oreos, big bowl of classic Oreos with just also some of the lemon Oreos. These are so good. I love lemon Oreos so much. Ah, they're great. So I apologize for the quality. It's probably not the best out there, but my computer is updating Windows right now, which takes way too long. So I just threw out my phone and I was like, we're going to do a live stream with the phone. So the audio might not be the best. I'll try to speak up so you guys can hear me. But yeah, I just wanted to hang out, eat some Oreos. I'll let you guys know that I'm still alive. I know I haven't been uploading videos quite as frequently as I would like to lately, but school this quarter has been super overwhelming. Like, it's been really tough to do that with a full-time job on top of it. So I'm sure anybody out there who's tried to go to school and work full-time knows exactly what I'm talking about. But enough of that garbage. Let's talk about some Oreos. So yeah, I saw Oreo came out with a couple of new like limited edition flavors. These chocolate marshmallow Oreos look super good. Marshmallow pieces in the cookies. Why the heck not? Double chocolate. Chocolate cream and chocolate Oreos. Oh yeah. I also figured this is a great opportunity for any folks who wanted to ask me about like what's going on in my life. I could talk about upcoming Major League Eating events, talk about some of the MLE events that I've done in the past, because I think it's going to be a great year, as long as this coronavirus stuff blows over. Let me take a moment to savor this. Holy mackerel. That is so good. Like little vanilla nuggets stuck in there. I guess that's how they do marshmallow flavoring, is basically make it nuggets. Darnell Glenn, thanks for coming to the channel, man. I am too hard of a worker, LOL. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I've never been super good at like being lazy for extended periods of time. Am I ever planning on redoing any previous challenges? I would consider it. Like, I tend to like to go do new things, go to new places. I really like the restaurant challenges more than anything else. But, you know, I could definitely revisit some challenges, see how well I've progressed over the years. I go back and do like the 50 banana challenge from way back when. I think that was one of the first challenges that I did that was like super overwhelmingly difficult. I have some birthday cake Oreos. Seemed appropriate since it's Oreos' birthday today. So I mentioned the coronavirus. For folks that don't know, I live in the Seattle area, and it's been hit really hard with the coronavirus. Like the West Coast, the Northwest, has been pretty majorly affected. A lot of the big tech companies in the area, like where I work at Microsoft, they literally just like kicked people out of buildings yesterday and said, go home, isolate yourselves, we don't want coronavirus spreading. And my school basically shut down. Like, they're not doing in-person classes for the rest of the quarter. It's like it's pretty serious. So I'm kind of stuck at home. I figured that'd be another reason to pop open with a live stream. So I'm really hoping that any folks in the area aren't negatively affected. I feel fine. I don't think that I'm going to get coronavirus, and if I do get infected, like I'm a young, healthy guy, so I don't think it's going to affect me too much. Let's see, Darnell Glenn, you said 14 pounds of food is a new power level for you, so I would love to see the progress. Yeah, that would be interesting. Just try to pound down as much food as I possibly can. And Ken Adrian J, I have no idea how to pronounce that name, but hopefully I didn't screw it up too much. Hi, it's great to see you too. Thank you. Welcome to the live stream. Now, ever since I signed on with MLE, I have definitely been practicing to get my capacity up as large as possible. And yeah, earlier, like a year ago, there's no way I would have been able to eat 14 pounds of food. But at that event down in New Orleans, when they did the red beans and rice, I ate a little under 15 pounds of red beans and rice. I was pretty proud of that. Don't get me wrong, I got smashed by Darren Breeden did really great. Jeff Esper and Joey Chestnut were both there, and those guys are just animals. They're on another level. Well, one of the restaurant challenges that I did recently is a pho challenge in downtown Seattle. Oh, thank you. Steve, you are so underrated. You deserve much more. I love watching your videos all the time. Well, thanks so much. Yeah, this is a passion project. Like, I upload videos because it's a lot of fun to do this kind of stuff, honestly. So folks that watch it, I really appreciate you guys. I don't know if I'm ever going to make it big, get 1 million subscribers, but that's all right. I'm just here to have a good time. So yeah, one of the recent challenges I did was this pho restaurant in downtown Seattle called, I think it's Dong Tap Noodles, something like that. And I heard that it was big, but I didn't realize that the thing that they brought out this bowl of pho was like the size of a little kiddie pool. I looked at it and I thought there was no way, zero chance. It had to have been about 2 gallons of noodles and broth. And it was so bad. But it was giant. I did my best. I'm sitting on the content right now. I did record most of it. My camera and my phone both ran out of batteries while I was there, so I didn't get all of it recorded, but I'm hoping I can edit that together and put it up on the web sometime so you guys can check it out. Yo, Steve, we're the fast forwarding, LOL. Well, I wish I could fast forward. No, I don't wish I could fast forward this. I do a lot of those time-lapse videos. I know it's kind of like the thing that I do. Mainly because I don't want the videos to be like super excruciatingly long. Like this pho video, I was eating pho for over an hour. So I don't know if anybody would want to watch me just like sitting there spooning pho into my mouth for an hour. Maybe I'll make it more like a Randy Santel video or an old school man versus food video where they just do the highlight clips, not the whole thing. Martin Nolan asks, hey Steve, does hitting the wall in food challenges compare to said wall in marathons? Cool to see your progress. Hitting the wall in food challenges and hitting the wall in marathons. Yeah, I think that's 2 completely separate things. I gotta say, it's a little bit of a different sensation in both places. So for folks that no timer during a long stream or a live stream, says test 4 tester. Well, Mr. Test 4 tester, yeah, no timer. I guess I can get the timer out if you guys want to have a timer here. I don't know why you would, but I'm not actually challenging myself to eat as much as I can. I'm just sitting down enjoying some Oreos. Yeah, I'd use the timer if I was doing like a hot dog test run or something like that. So back to hitting the wall. Yeah, in marathons, it's pretty common for people to like hit the wall at mile 20, where they just get super absurdly tired. And you know, if you're running a while and you get this kind of accumulated fatigue over a long period of time, it's really different from hitting the wall. Like hitting the wall is like, over the course of 10 steps, you'll go from feeling fine to feeling like you want to crawl into a cave and go to sleep forever. Like it's, it's this really profound, bizarre experience. I know that hitting the wall in a food challenge is a little bit different. It's basically like you take 2 bites and then you feel like you're going to throw up. I don't know. I guess there is some similarity, but I don't know. There are a surprising number of parallels with competitive eating and with marathon running. Am I doing an Oreo calorie challenge after this, though? I wasn't planning on it. I do have kind of a lot of Oreos here, so I guess I could, but no, I'm just gonna eat some Oreos for a while. Probably hang out for an hour or so. We all need you can smash these Oreos. No timers needed. Thanks, man. I should do a ramen challenge next, or a giant burrito. Yeah, that's pretty cool. There is a restaurant supply store near my house that sells these giant, like 14-inch burrito tortillas. I've always considered, like, maybe I'll go make myself a giant burrito. I think that'd be pretty cool. And there's a place in downtown, no, it's not downtown Seattle. It's kind of South Seattle, no, North Seattle, Hippieville area called Gorditas, I think. They're known for having giant burritos. They used to have a 10-pound burrito challenge. I think they stopped it for some reason. I should give them a call, see if they'd set something up for me. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, I was kind of surprised to hear that Major League Eating, oh no, Major League Eating didn't cancel a contest. It was the Croquetas contest later this month, which is a Major League Eating event, was part of this larger festival down in Florida, and the entire thing was canceled. So like, that's a year of effort that these folks put into putting this festival together, and it was canceled because of the outbreak of the coronavirus and how it's spreading more in the United States. I'm getting kind of worried. Like, I'm usually pretty cavalier about these things, think that people overreact, but this seems pretty serious. I'm really hoping it doesn't affect too many people. What was my most delicious video? That's a good question. I gotta say, one of my more delicious videos, one that comes to mind, is when I went down to Longview, Washington, met up with Freak Eating, Natter, and Max Carnage from Portland, and we all got together and ate this big, giant 25-pound cinnamon roll at this place called Stuffy's 2. And I've tried the Stuffy's 2 cinnamon roll challenge a couple of times, failed it every time. And it is one of the more delicious challenges out there. Like, I gotta say, I love sweets, I love cinnamon rolls, and they make an amazing ooey gooey cinnamon roll with delicious icing. So that's gotta be up there with one of the more delicious ones that I've done. All right, how do we stay so fit, Steve? Do you have do you do food challenges very often? Is it like once every couple of weeks? Yeah, it is definitely once every now and then. I mean, the way that you stay fit is by like maintaining calorie balance over a long period of time. And obviously I have these spikes where I like eat, 10,000 calories all in one sitting. But in the days before that and the days after that, it is I am pretty light on the calories that I eat. And I'm really careful about balancing like the cardio exercise that I do with the weightlifting. Like I used to be all cardio all the time. and I do love long distance triathlon, long distance marathon running, that kind of thing. Like that's what I really love to do. But before a challenge, I'll often, counterintuitively, I might avoid doing too much cardio and like lift a bunch of weights, do a bunch of powerlifting, stuff like that, so that my body knows that, hey, if calories are coming in and we're going to be gaining weight, then at least we're going to be shunting that weight to muscles instead of to fat stores. So that's kind of how I go about doing that. And then occasionally I'll go out and do one of these like 3 hours or 5 hour cardio workouts just to make sure that I'm still in shape to do that kind of stuff. I have done a couple of Ironman triathlons, but those are just stupid. They're so hard. They're so egregious. I don't ever want to do one of those again. A half Ironman triathlon, great. Those things are so much fun. But yeah, I don't do the food challenges too frequently. I try to like keep my capacity up by eating lots of vegetables, eating lots of healthy fruits, whole grains, that kind of thing. A very high volume, low calorie foods. That's basically how I go about it. It's very similar to like how Adam Warren does things, or I know Randy Santel has these like periods where he's really restricting his calories and working out really hard to try to lose weight, like he's doing right now. So it's pretty similar. It's just being conscientious about what I'm doing. Both marathons and food challenges take a lot of practice and mental toughness, I guess. I'm sure your endurance training will help with the last few minutes of a food challenge for sure. Oh, definitely, man. I mean, another thing that I do is like I tailor the kind of exercise that I do to the food challenges that I'm going into. So, like, for example, the red beans and rice challenge. So it's like carbs on carbs. It's just a ton of carbs. So before that, yeah, I'll go for like a 20-mile run to make sure that I'm nice and glycogen depleted. My body's really craving those carbohydrates. But for like the shrimp cocktail eating contest I did last December, that was all about, like, I know shrimp cocktail has a ton of salt, a ton of sodium. So I got myself as sodium depleted as possible, drank a bunch of water with like nothing else in it to try to flush out as much minerals as I could from my body. And then, yeah, I lifted a bunch of weights so that my body was like really craving protein to build that muscle back up. So there is a lot of like interplay between the kind of exercise that I do to fit the food challenges I'm doing. Nathan Fabian, what do you eat in a normal day, please? What do I eat in a normal day? I eat a lot of vegetables, I gotta say. Lots of vegetables. I usually start off the day with like a giant green smoothie after I work out, and then try to eat the kinds of foods that maintain a pretty level blood sugar throughout the day. That's really what I think. That's what I mainly focus on nowadays. Is avoid those like spikes and dips in energy that really make you crave eating between meals, stuff like that. And yeah, I try to avoid too many stimulants, like try not to have too much caffeine because I know that'll just like dig you in a hole. It's no good. And then at the end of the day, that's usually when I go a little bit more wild. I'm eating things like, I don't know, rice, The stuff I eat in the normal days is really not very exciting. I don't eat a ton of meat. Otherwise, mostly vegetables. Yeah, there you go. Can you add captions to the video, Steve? I can add captions to videos in general. I'm not sure if I can add captions to this video, though. Is that something that I can actually do? I don't know, let me check. Alright, this is exciting live streaming, guys. You're going to watch me click some keys on my keyboard. It's going to be so great. Look, this is YouTube Studio, doing stuff real time. Oh my goodness. Let me see here. Do I have any advanced settings on this page? Details, analytics. No, that's not the stuff that I want. Well, I've got more options. Let's see here. Video language. This language is in English. Caption certification. I'm not sure if I can add closed captions to this video right now, but I can throw captions into later videos. Every now and then I'll do custom captions if I think it's going to be funny, but most of my videos I don't. It is pretty cool that I think YouTube has like some auto captioning ability, so I just have to like click a button. It's kind of nice. Matrix Woods, when will the donut madness continue? That's a great question. I love donuts, but I don't know. I haven't done much donut stuff lately. Let's see, I've got that pho challenge video that I want to get edited, get published. I've got another challenge video from New Orleans that I want to get published. And then after that, I can look into doing some other content. Yeah, I know I haven't been doing very many home challenges lately, because like I said, like I've just been so slammed lately. It's been ridiculous. All right, National Peanut Month is here. So why don't you make a PB&J challenge video with lots of peanut butter and peanut butter flavored foods? Oh, that would be actually pretty cool. I like PB&J sandwiches. I think they're great. I tend to like other nut butters, but you know, peanut butter is pretty good too. If the Earth was about to get destroyed, and the only way to save it was to destroy half the population of all other alien species, specifies, I assume that's species, would you do it? Of all other alien species? I don't see why not. I mean, I don't know how many alien species are out there. It's, maybe it makes me a sociopath, but yeah, sure, why not? It's like the strangest trolley problem I've ever heard. By the way, chocolate marshmallow Oreos, get a thumbs up. These are really good. I think it would have been a little better if they did a graham cracker cookie instead of a chocolate cookie. Then it would be more like a s'more, I guess, maybe, but yeah, they're still pretty good. I also saw the caramel coconut flavored cookies. Give these a shot. Whoa! Oh man, that is a strong smell. Holy mackerel. Oh yeah, you can really smell the chemicals coming off of this one. Alright, if anybody has ever seen some of my food review videos, you probably know that I don't have much love for artificial flavors, especially artificial caramel flavors. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. It smells so much like a chemical lab. Let's see here. We have, in the ingredients list, sugar, unbleached flour, almond canola oil, cocoa, high fructose corn syrup, dried coconut. So it actually does have coconut in it. Cool. But yeah, no actual caramel is in these caramel coconut Oreos. So, oh my goodness, that smells so strange. It smells like a candle, like it's kind of giving me a headache. Thanos the Rabot. Yep, that's me, Thanos the Rabot. Let's see here, Nathan Fabian. What's your favorite cookie? Because you know you're eating cookies. I know my cookies. Ooh, making a bit of a mess here. All right, my favorite cookie. I think that's a toss-up between the Grandma's Sandwich Cookie. I think they're Grandma's brand sandwich cookies, which I think are really good. They have a really sweet cream on the middle, and the outside is more of like a crumbly, almost like a shortbread cookie. Then these are almost like sweet biscotti. Like I think the Oreo cookies, they're pretty good, but I don't think they deserve quite the reputation that they get. The other cookie that comes to mind is I really like Scottish shortbread. So any shortbread cookies, I think Keebler shortbread cookies are really delicious. So yeah, one of those two. The grandma's sandwich cookies or Keebler shortbread cookies. Mm. I will say, with these caramel coconut Oreo cookies, despite the like outrageous smell that comes off of them, they're actually pretty tasty. Like they're not too bad. Get a little bit of caramel flavor in there, but they don't overdo it. I think the caramel smell is just off-putting though. Devin Slater, let's see. Would you do a Girl Scout cookie challenge? I've actually done a Girl Scout cookie challenge in the past. I might do another one. Why not? I think it's going to a good cause if I go and buy like 10 boxes of Girl Scout cookies from someone. Honestly, I think the gluten-free Girl Scout cookies are probably my favorite. They're very good. I like that kind of crumbly, sandy texture that they have. Keebler Sandies. Yep, those are the ones. Keebler Sandies. I especially like the Keebler Sandies with pecans. Because I think pecans are delicious. I'm actually a cookie addict. That's why I have a cheat day like you. Well, cookies are certainly delicious. They're nice and buttery. I think a fresh baked cookie, like it's really hard to do much better than that. Every now and then, I think about maybe doing one of those videos where I'll do like 5 different types of cookies, you know, like store-bought, the kind that you like slice out of a roll and cook, or completely homemade and stuff like that to compare them. I don't know. Making cookies is kind of difficult though. Like, it's one of those things that's easy to make a decent cookie, and then it's so difficult to make like a really, really good cookie. I've literally watched you grandma cookies more than any other video, over 13 times. Awesome, thanks. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. When I was at the restaurant supply store, I just saw that they had these big pallets of grandma's cookies. I was like, that's a challenge, I'm gonna do it. Golden or original? I love the golden cookies, I gotta say. I'm not super keen on having too much chocolate. I think you can overload chocolate pretty quickly. So I do like the kind of buttery flavor of the golden Oreos, personally. I know. Nathan Fabian, oh yes! Yeah, dude. Do you like the thin, crispy ones? Yeah, I really do like the thin, crispy Oreo cookies. I think the thin, crispy pistachio flavored cookies might be some of my favorite Oreos. Like, they're really, really good. I know it's an artificial flavor, but I don't know, it's not a bad flavor. Like, I think it tastes okay. It tastes somewhat similar to pistachios. Not, yeah, it's pistachio adjacent. How about that? Nadia and Capucci. I don't even know how to pronounce that, so I'm not even going to try. Sorry, man. But thanks for speaking up. Hey, so when are the days you exercise? The days that end in Y, man. I exercise way too much. Like, I'm exercising almost every single day. It's very rare for me to go a day without exercising. Well, I have been skipping quite a few days lately, mostly because I'm working overtime. But yeah, if I had my way, it would be 7 days a week. I do kind of try to switch it up, so I'm not doing the same thing on back-to-back days. I feel like that helps, but you know, like swim on Monday, then run on Tuesday, and get on elliptical on Wednesday. Switch off with core body strength training with upper body strength training on opposite days, stuff like that. Do you like the Oreo O's cereal, or have you tried them before? Yes, I have tried the Oreo O's cereal. Oreo O's. That's an awesome way to say that. I think that they're actually pretty good. I know most cereal that purports to be like a certain flavor of a certain brand doesn't really do a great job, but no, those are kind of like eating a big bowl of Oreos. Like I think they're really good. Uh, and actually, like contrary to what I was saying before, I actually like the original Oreos cereal more than the golden Oreo cereal. So I don't know, maybe it's just a different form factor or what, but yeah, I think it's great. I did a cereal, I'm sure that's in one of my food reviews videos from way back when. I couldn't say what it is though. What are the best Oreos on the table? Hmm. I do have the mini golden Oreos. These are pretty good. Let me make a mess. I think the white fudge dipped originals might be my favorite of what's on the table right now, though. I love white chocolate. I think it's the best thing in the world. Just about the best thing. It's up there. Nathan Fabian asks, "Do you eat chicken a lot?" No, I don't. I don't eat very much meat at all, actually. I'll have chicken every now and then, but yeah, I don't eat it too much. Yeah, I guess chicken is kind of like a bodybuilder's food. Like it's the thing you think of when you think of eating a ton of protein. But honestly, I think the importance of protein is kind of overblown in the diet, in the fitness world. Like I don't think that you need nearly as much protein as a lot of folks would have you believe. So I don't go out of my way to eat a ton of protein, and I actually do go out of my way to avoid eating too much meat. Because I found that for me personally, the less meat that I consume, the better I tend to feel. So, have you tried the off-brand version of the Girl Scout cookies? Have you ever compared? That would be an interesting comparison. I have not. I know Safeway, which might be called Ralph's, where you folks live. Um, Safeway, like store brand, has a ton of like Girl Scout like cookies. Keebler Elf does a ton of cookies that are very similar to Girl Scout cookies. That'd be an interesting video to do. I might I'll have to look into that. Manatrix Wood says that cereal challenge was June of last year. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for just piping up with that. I've done so many cereal videos, so it sounds like that's the one to watch if you want to see how I feel about Oreo O's cereal. Devin asks what I do for work. That's a great question. I'm going to step off camera because that's obviously the best thing you do with a live stream. I'm still here. I'm not running away. Oh my goodness. Here we go again. So video game guys might recognize that. And if you don't, you might recognize that name. I work in a game studio, a video game studio, 343 Industries, which is one of the first-party studios at Microsoft, and we make Halo. And most video game folks probably know that 2020, like holiday 2020, is when Xbox and PlayStation are both coming out with their new consoles. So like we've been under the gun to work really hard on our upcoming project to make sure that it rocks for the upcoming console release. It's a lot of work, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool because I work with a ton of really smart guys. I'm one of the computer programmers there, a software guy. We talk about video games all the time. But the work that I do is actually so abstract. Like, if I tried to describe it, it would not sound anything like what associated with video games at all. It could be for absolutely anything. It's kind of funny. One of our senior software engineers on my team. He mostly does like metadata programming and works with like memory management, that kind of thing, which probably doesn't mean anything to most folks watching this, but anyway. He's worked there for like 4 years. He's a really integral person on the team. Like he's one of those guys that you go to if anything's wrong and need help with anything. And in 4 years, he has actually run the game 0 times. So it's kind of funny. Most of us like hardly even work on a game, even though the work that we're doing is being put into a game. Produce Not Pills, awesome name by the way, asks, are you big into video games yourself? Yeah, I love video games. I've always been a really big gamer. When I was a kid, I was absolutely obsessed with games. That's what got me into wanting to go into the video game industry. I went to college, a very specialized college called DigiPen, which is specifically for game development and game developers, that kind of thing. Nathan Fabian, I like just how the channel is though, but if you want to bring video games, then okay. I could do that, try to do a couple more live streams. Yeah, I've done a couple of live streams with video games in the past. It's a little bit difficult. Like, I'm not super great at playing a video game and talking about it at the same time. Like, I need to get some kind of chill video games. Like, I saw 2 Point Hospital. Looks like a really fun game to do. You can do something that's a little bit more casual, like, oh gosh, what's that game called with Animal Crossing? There's a new Animal Crossing that's coming out later this month. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I could look into doing something like that. Devin Slater asks what my favorite Halo is. Oh, that's a good question. I mean, this Halo that we're working on right now, like, I've played a couple of the beta sessions, the playtest sessions. It's really cool. Like, it's a lot of fun. I should live stream Halo when it comes out, then use the cheat codes that I stuck in. That would be awesome. I think I might actually be able to pull something like that off, like put in a cheat code into the game that only I know about. And actually the code that I write for the game is the code that like captures the button presses that you do on your gamepad and pushes it to the rest of the engine. Like, I could totally do something like that too. No, my favorite Halo, that's a good question. Halo 3 was really cool. I liked Halo 3. Halo Reach was another good one. It was really different. I think that the original trilogy is absolutely iconic. I think that after that, the quality kind of went down a little bit. But with this new one that's coming out, Halo Infinite, it's going back to like the original idea of you're just kind of this, super space marine that's going around wrecking stuff and killing a bunch of aliens. It's pretty great. Like a combined cookie and video game challenge. Can't fail, Steve. Oh my goodness, that would be so crazy. Just some 30-something rando acting like a little kid. Eric Whitaker. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that name, but enjoy all of your videos, especially the donut ones and the review ones, like Little Debbie's Hostess and Tasty Cake. What is your favorite food, and what are your favorite food to eat large amounts of for the videos? That is a good question. Obviously, I like sweets, so I think anything sweet is really good. I mean, donuts, I love donuts. I think they're really delicious. Oh my gosh, I couldn't say what my favorite food is to do for these videos though. Because like, one thing is that after you eat like 8 pounds of food, doesn't matter what it is, it's not going to be very enjoyable. Gotta be honest with you guys a little bit. So do I plan to finish all these Oreos? No, not a chance. There is no way I'm gonna finish all these Oreos. I guess if I like got down to it and just started eating and not talking at all, I probably could. But yeah, at this rate, I'd be here for like 4 hours eating Oreos. Another one of the specialty flavors, carrot cake Oreos. I don't even know why I got these. They don't have anything to do with anything. They're just interesting and cool. So Nathan Fabian asked, do you like Pokemon? Yeah, I think the original Pokemon game, like Game Boy Color, oh my gosh, I played that game to death. I put in so many hours into that game. It was so much fun. I haven't played Pokemon too much recently. Like, I didn't get into the whole Pokemon Go craze, but yeah, I think Pokemon's a good game, good franchise. How often do you upload to your channel? Do you have a specific upload schedule? I don't really have a specific upload schedule. Typically, lately I've been trying to hit one video a week. I usually upload a video and publish it either Saturday or Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you can look around that time. If there isn't a video there, sorry. I know, guys, I'm trying my best. Like, hopefully I'll be a little bit more reliable sometime in the future. I'm coming up on a break from school. We're just going into finals, so give me a couple of weeks to yeah, get a couple of videos out, and hopefully I'll be a little bit more like regular with the upload schedule. Produce, not pills. Yeah, sorry man, I didn't plan on eating all of these. This is more of just like have the spectacle of all this garbage on the table in front of me. Oh my god, N64, 007 and Mario Kart. Rock on, dude. Nintendo 64, what a landmark console. Like the first console to have 3D games that were good. What am I in school for? I am attending University of Washington to get my master's degree in electrical engineering. So I don't know how interesting that is to folks, but yeah, I talk about jiggling electrons and stuff like that. It's really not easy, but it seems like the kind of degree that would be, you know, useful. No matter which way the world's going, I think it's going to be something that's useful for me. Now, the area that I live in has a decent amount of opportunity for people who get technical degrees, computer science degrees, that kind of thing. So hopefully, with this electrical engineering degree, I can either get a job with Microsoft Research or Facebook Reality Labs. That's what I'm really hoping to do. Yeah, Facebook Reality Labs is pretty cool. They're doing some really cool stuff with Oculus Rift, making 3D games, that kind of thing. Does a master's help expand your career? I am doing it kind of for myself, but man, that would be a really expensive boondoggle to just go get a degree just for myself. And it seems like most of the electrical engineering work, like low-level electronics and consumer electronics design, that kind of thing, with the big companies anyway, they want you to have a minimum of a master's degree, which, like, it's crazy that to go into that kind of job, having a master's degree is like the minimum bar, but you know, I'm learning a ton of stuff, so hopefully it's going to be useful. Do I play Mortal Kombat? No, I don't play Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I've never been good at those kinds of fighter games. Yeah, things like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, I was never very good at them. Never super interested. Eric Winokur, one more question. I don't know if it was asked. Who is your favorite competitive eater, and who do you think is the best? Besides me, of course. My favorite competitive eater besides me is Beyond Seattle Beyond Seattle Eats. Katie Prettyman is in the channel. Of course. Who else would it be? Good to see you, Katie. Let's see. Who do I think is the best competitive eater out there? I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, Jeff Esper is really showing himself to be like somebody completely different. Like I know Esper and Joey Chestnut kind of go like 1-to-1 with their wins ratio, but I think Joey Chestnut tends to go to specific events that he's really good at, and Jeff Esper just seems to be really good at whatever he does. So that is a great question. I feel like Matt Stoney is an obvious answer for like favorite because he just seems like a really cool guy, and he always makes really fun videos. I did get the chance to go up against Molly Schuyler last summer, and she completely trounced me. That was kind of fun. Oh my goodness. Cinnamon roll eating contest against Molly Schuyler, and she ate almost twice as many cinnamon rolls as I did. EJ, love your videos, my friend. Do you have any suggestions to reduce the aftermath of a cheat day meal? Perhaps cardio before eating, faster afterwards, etc. Keep up the great content. After a cheat meal or a cheat day, I mean, really it's mostly about like making sure you're drinking as much as you can afterwards. I feel like, yeah, I'm more thirsty than anything else. And your body's going to kind of tell you afterwards when it's time to start eating again. The big thing is to make sure that your hunger cues are more about your nutrient depletion and the foods that your body actually needs instead of just like, oh, it's 1 p.m., that means it's lunchtime, I'm going to eat now. But for the exercise and before and after, I think if you do too much chronic cardio, that kind of like sends the signal to your body that it needs to store more fuel as fat. So you got to be careful with doing too much cardio. No, honestly, like I said a little earlier in the video, when I'm going into these big challenges, I tend to do a lot of weightlifting, strength training beforehand instead of too much cardio, because that sends the signal to your body to release some growth hormones so that you're building muscle instead of building fat. So yeah, I think that's what I would say is actually do a little bit of strength training beforehand and make sure that you're drinking plenty of water beforehand and afterwards. That's probably the best way to handle the aftermath of some of these videos. Manic Tricks Woods. I'm struggling with calculus. Can't even imagine the hover level maths you're learning. Oh, the higher level maths that I'm learning, I assume is what that is. Yeah, it's kind of insane. When I got my undergrad degree, it's in computer engineering with a minor in mathematics. So I have taken a lot of math. And calculus is not easy, my friend. I completely understand. I took I think the most difficult class that I took in college was for my undergrad degree, was a differential equations class. It was really difficult. It was kind of insane. Beyond Seattle Eats, yay! Of course. Yeah, Katie, I hope to see you on the road at one of these days. Hopefully we'll be at a competition again. Sometimes it's always great to see you. I know my schedule's a little bit more sparse than I would like it to be, but you know, that's kind of how it goes. I guess if nothing else, I'll see you at 4th at Coney, so that'll be awesome. Do you ever do spicy challenges like the chips and such? Well, I think the right person is in the channel to discuss that. So if you guys have not checked out Katie's channel, definitely check it out. It's Beyond Seattle Eats. She does all kinds of insane spicy challenges. Absolutely hilarious. It's I'm sorry, but it's just so funny seeing you putting yourself in pain like that. It's absolutely hilarious. Yeah, I've done a couple of spicy challenges, a couple of them with Katie, and I am so bad at them. Like, I deal with spicy foods so horribly. I remember one of the ones that I did with Katie last year was this kind of one-off spicy burger with, it was a little bit of a promotional stunt for a new restaurant in the Everett area. And, you know, it's the kind where you eat the burger, you gotta sit there for 5 or 10 minutes or however long it was to deal with the afterburn. And my entire face started going numb. So after a while, I started like slurring all my words and I just couldn't talk. It was so bad. I just looked like a drunk person. I was in such bad shape. Like I've got a really high pain tolerance, so I can go in and jump in, you know, with both feet to these spicy challenges. But I am so bad at it, and I eat spicy food so infrequently. Oh my goodness. Ooh, pardon me. Let's see. Are Randy Santel and myself friends? When Randy was in town, I did get the chance to hang out with him. I think he's a really great guy. We message each other every now and then, but I don't know. I know him. I wouldn't say that we're like close friends, but I would definitely like to hang out with Randy some more because he is a really cool guy. And when the camera's off, he's just this really mellow, down-to-earth fella. He's one of the coolest guys around. Yeah, if Randy Santel's ever coming through your town doing a food challenge, I definitely encourage checking him out because he is a real showman. Like, he'll make sure everybody there has a good time. He'll stay for like an hour afterwards signing autographs and handing out pictures and everything. Very cool guy. I'll give Randy a pump, definitely. Hello, Steve, says Scott Watkins. Do you follow your Instagram? Do I follow my Instagram? I'm not sure what that is. I do have an Instagram. I don't upload to it too much anymore. It's always been more athletic stuff, just showing the different places that I go for a run around town, things like that. So I do have an Instagram. If you want to see what kind of workouts that I've done in the past, like I said, I don't upload to it too much anymore, but you know, every now and then I'll post a photo of something. So Katie says that probably not too many MLE events until Coney, but if you're thinking of doing shrimp this year, hey, good luck. That was a really, really difficult contest. Oh my goodness, I did so poorly in that contest. If you're talking about the Indianapolis shrimp cocktail eating contest, very difficult, but really cool place. It was great to see everybody there. Got to see a couple of the folks that we're hanging out with. Yeah, super cool. Produce, not pills. How do the spicy foods affect you after? Is everything painful for a while? I think the worst pain is the stomach cramps, man. Like it just, like, it's really hard to describe. It's not like an acute pain, like, you know, getting hit or slapped or anything like that. But it's this feeling like there's something going on inside of you that's just wrong. That like it shouldn't be there. It's very strange. It's very difficult to describe. Oh, Scott, you say you messaged me and I didn't get a response. Yeah, so like I said, I haven't been on Instagram for weeks, maybe months at this point. So if you did message me, I apologize. I'm sorry, man. If you send a message to me on Facebook, I've got Facebook/RunFarFast. It's basically the same thing where I talk about, you know, exercise-related stuff a little bit more. I'm a little bit faster to respond on Facebook. I think I'm on that one a little bit more often. We can go to Instagram right now and see if I have any messages. Oh, I have one hidden request. From like several weeks ago. I don't know if that's you, man, but yeah. Oh, yep, looks like it's the one that you sent me a couple weeks ago. Am I still doing challenges in the Washington area? Yep. Every now and then. There are a couple of new challenges. I saw there was a new breakfast challenge up in the, ooh, now I can't remember what town it was. North of Seattle, about 45 minutes or an hour north of Seattle. I think it'd be cool to do that sometime in the near future. Oh my goodness, Katie, that is the perfect description. It's like burning labor pains. I can't say I've ever experienced labor pains, but I'll take your word for it. Ooh, ooh, that sounds absolutely painful. Do I like Lance crackers? I'm afraid I don't know what Lance crackers are. Maybe you could tell me a little bit more about them. And if they're a new food for me to try, then I'd absolutely love to try them. Oh my goodness. I think I've eaten enough sugar for like next week. Since everybody in this area is getting like these indications that we're probably going to be sheltering in place for a while, all of the store shelves are bereft of like long-term foods. You know, like there's no rice, no dried beans, grains, stuff like that on the shelves anymore, but plenty of Oreos. Seems like people aren't hoarding Oreos. I'm just having way too much fun with these Oreos right now. I think drinking milk straight from the carton is one of the best parts of being a bachelor. Gotta say, I love it. Let's see, Lance crackers. They come in flavors. I've probably heard about the toast cheese ones. I'm gonna look up Lance crackers online right now. See if I recognize them. I do not recognize the packaging. Maybe it's under a different brand name around where I live, because they do look very similar to some other like snack food crackers that I've had. And if they are what I'm thinking of, then yeah, they're pretty tasty. I mean, I don't recall eating them any time in the recent past, but like they're the kind of thing that I'd probably have eaten a lot of when I was in elementary school, that kind of stuff. So. Scott Watkins asked if there are any Washington area challenges that I might collab on. You know, I don't know if there are any team challenges in the Washington area. There used to be a couple of team pizza challenges, but I don't actually know of any that are still around. I know Randy Santel, when he came through the Washington area, he tried to set up some team challenges at a couple of different restaurants. I just found out that they weren't around anymore, so that's kind of a shame. But yeah, I'd be totally down with doing like a collab on any big challenges anywhere in Washington. Oh my goodness. I think there are, like I said, there's that big breakfast challenge a little bit north of here. There's a big burger challenge a little bit north of here. And that, I want to say it's called Jamie Peppers in Everett, is looking at setting up a new challenge. I think that one would be really cool to check out. Katie's got a video of her and Brandon the garbage disposal doing that challenge. It's like a one-off thing a couple of weeks ago. So you might check that one out. That's another challenge that I'd be really interested in checking out. Any of these big challenges, of course, doing a collab with other people just like makes doing these challenges way more interesting. So yeah, I'd be down with collabing on these things. I think that was a nice rambling answer that kind of went nowhere, but there you go. Produce, not pills. Do I have a girlfriend? No, I don't have a girlfriend right now. I'm unhitched, so there you go. Got no rings on my fingers. I think life is just too busy. Like, yeah, I was at the gym the other day, and this kind of attractive girl that I've seen at the gym, she's a regular, started flirting with me a little bit, and I was just like, oh, why couldn't you have done this like 6 months ago when I had time? Like, I'll be somebody's boyfriend, but you gotta understand I'm just gonna be kind of absentee for a while. Oh, yeah, so there we go. Scott Watkins, that's great. Yeah, if you want to do a food challenge, you're in the area sometime, be awesome to hook up, do a food challenge. Time and place, man. That's all you gotta have. Well, I've been eating Oreos for about an hour. So, oh, man. It's always awesome to catch up with you guys, do some of these live streams. I would like to do this kind of thing a little bit more often because I do like the kind of back and forth that we do. Because folks are, you know, I assume folks want to know what's going on in my life. Maybe I will finish them all if I just keep on rambling about random junk. I don't know. I mean, do you guys really like looking at this and then listening to me ramble on about crazy stuff? Do I ever plan on getting married? Well, I don't plan on avoiding getting married, so I'm not like opposed to the idea, but yeah, I'd have to, you know, like meet the right girl, that kind of thing. So I think that's about it. I must be full by now. You know, believe it or not, not super full. Yeah, I think after all the practicing that I've done over the winter, or over the fall, and a little bit into the winter, I've gotten my capacity up to a pretty good size. So I think the sugar would probably stop me before the actual capacity with all this stuff in front of me right now. Probably fall into a sugar coma. I can only imagine what your teeth look and feel like right now. You know, I go out of my way to take really good care of my teeth. So I'm glad that in the last couple of years I've had 0 cavities. So I'm pretty happy with that. Oh my goodness. I do have to shut this thing down pretty soon. So it was awesome to see everybody. Awesome to eat some of these great Oreo cookies. I love Oreo cookies. Hopefully I'll be able to do these kinds of things in the future. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more consistent with the uploads so that you guys get some great content. It was great to talk with everyone. Scott, Produce Not Pills, Miss J, Katie, it was great to see you in the channel. Thanks for stopping in. And yeah, until next time, I hope you guys have a good one. Take it easy. Everyone in the Pacific Northwest, please wash your hands. Please be healthy. Please be safe. Oh my goodness. Nice chatting with you guys. Until next time, you guys have a good one.